The biggest humiliation never starts with a public insult. It starts with a tiny moment you ignored, a pause, a smirk, a casual comment that felt off for 1 second. That is how respect is slowly taken from people who never saw it happening. Most people wait for obvious disrespect. That is the mistake. By the time it becomes clear, the pattern is already built. Today, you will learn how to detect the quiet signals early and stop them before they grow into something bigger. Think about the last time someone made you feel small, but you could not explain why. No direct insult, no loud conflict, just a strange shift in energy that stayed in your mind all day. That was not confusion. That was information. Human behavior leaks intention in small ways long before words become aggressive. If you can read those signals early, you stop becoming the easy target for hidden disrespect. Stay with me, because once you see these patterns, you will notice them everywhere. Do you believe that simply ending all contact with a narcissist is enough to cause them real pain? Think again. Silence can irritate them, but irritation is not the same as collapse. It may disturb their routine, yet it often leaves the false image they built around themselves untouched. Welcome to Psych 2, where we examine the hidden psychology of control, ego, and emotional dependence. Today, we are uncovering why silence by itself is rarely enough and what truly shakes the self-importance of someone who survives through manipulation. Walking away matters, but walking away with understanding matters more. If you only disappear, they may feel bothered. If you grow beyond them, they feel something far deeper than annoyance. Choosing no contact can feel like the strongest move you can make, and in many ways it is necessary. But when it stands alone, it often does not create the full result people expect. Narcissists feed on power, attention, and the belief that they still matter in your inner world. So when you block them, they may become restless for a while, yet that does not automatically destroy their sense of superiority. Many respond with familiar tactics: sudden calls, unexpected messages, dramatic apologies, indirect attempts through others, or appearing where you least expect them. These actions are not about love. They are about restoring access and proving they can still reach you whenever they choose. The key truth is this: disappearing by itself does not always show strength in their eyes. Sometimes it only creates curiosity, anger, or a challenge they want to win. They may see your silence as temporary emotion rather than permanent change. To truly shake their pride, silence must be joined with inner freedom, visible growth, and firm boundaries that do not move when tested. When your absence is backed by peace, discipline, and a new direction, it sends a message stronger than words ever could. It tells them they did not merely lose contact, they lost influence. And losing influence is one of the few things their ego struggles to accept. To affect a narcissist deeply, you first need to understand how their self-worth works. Their value is not built the way healthy confidence is built. It often depends on control, praise, admiration, and constant emotional supply from people around them. They need attention the way some people need reassurance. Without it, they can feel empty, weak, or unseen, which is why they often create drama to pull focus back toward themselves. Once you recognize that their confidence is fragile and supported by outside reactions, you begin to understand why arguing, pleading, explaining, or showing rage usually fails. Those responses still keep them at the center of your emotional energy. Hurting their ego is not about revenge. It is about removing the things that keep their false identity alive. Every time you beg for fairness, they feel powerful. Every time you explode, they feel important. Every time you defend yourself endlessly, they know they still occupy your mind. But when you stop feeding the cycle and begin investing that energy into your own life, something shifts. They are forced to face a space where their usual tricks bring no reward. This can create confusion because their old methods once worked so easily. You are no longer proving their importance through pain. You are proving your independence through peace. A narcissist often lives off the emotional reactions they can create in others. Your anger, sadness, fear, or desperation can become evidence that they still have influence. When they trigger you and watch you respond, they feel in control because they believe they can still move your emotions whenever they want. The hidden skill is learning emotional neutrality. That means showing no excitement, panic, or fury, no matter how dramatic their behavior becomes. You remain calm, clear, and steady. This does not mean you feel nothing. It means you manage what you feel privately, instead of handing them a performance they can feed on and use against you later. When their usual tactics stop working, they often become unsettled. They may push harder, act sweeter, grow colder, or test new ways to get a reaction. This is because they are searching for the old version of you that once responded on command. If that version never returns, frustration grows. They may not admit it openly, but the loss of predictable control creates discomfort. You become harder to read and impossible to guide through guilt or chaos. Emotional distance is powerful because it closes the door they once used most. They can no longer enter through your reactions, and when that door stays shut, their confidence begins to weaken. Showing a narcissist their own behavior back to them can also be powerful when done quietly and carefully. By reflecting their tone, patterns, or contradictions in a calm way, you create awareness without open war. This is not mocking them or starting a childish game. It is holding up a mirror. Many narcissistic people move through habits so automatically that they rarely examine how they affect others. When those habits are reflected back, discomfort can appear. They may feel irritated, exposed, or strangely unsettled. The reason is simple. They are experiencing the energy they usually deliver. Even a small moment of self-recognition can disturb the image they protect so fiercely. Nothing unsettles a narcissist more than seeing you improve without them. Their greatest comfort often comes from believing they shaped your value, or that you cannot thrive on your own. So when they notice you becoming stronger, calmer, more successful, or more confident, it directly challenges the story they told themselves about you. This is not about bragging online or trying to make them jealous. It is about genuinely building a life they cannot control. Your progress in work, health, friendships, goals, or self-respect becomes silent proof that their presence was never the source of your power. You had that power all along. Narcissists also care deeply about status and comparison. They often measure worth by who gets more admiration, attention, or importance in a group. That is why your healthy reputation can quietly affect them. When others respect you, trust you, or enjoy your company, it pushes against their belief that they are the central figure in every room. You do not need to chase applause or prove anything loudly. Simple signs of appreciation from others can be enough. A stable circle, honest support, and earned respect show that people value you for who you are. That truth can feel threatening to someone who depends on image over substance. Another important step is cutting off the flow of information. Many narcissists stay attached through knowledge of your daily life. Every text answered, every update shared, every new photo posted for them to watch can become fuel. Information gives them ways to compare, comment, interfere, or re-enter your space. By limiting access, you remove tools they once used to stay connected to your emotions. Privacy becomes protection. Silence becomes stronger when it is supported by distance, not only in words but in visibility. They cannot easily manipulate what they cannot monitor, and when they lose the map to your life, their control weakens further. This places them into a state of uncertainty, something they deeply dislike, and over time it begins to wear down the false sense of power they depended on for so long. It is not about cruelty or trying to hurt someone for pleasure. It is about reclaiming your own boundaries and protecting your mental space. When access is removed, the line they use to support their self-image is cut off. Without that steady connection, they lose one of the main tools they relied on to feel important. What once felt automatic to them now feels unstable, and that shift can be more powerful than any argument you could ever make in words or emotion. Becoming less available is a quiet but powerful tool against a narcissist because it unsettles their sense of control. When you become harder to predict with your time, your attention, or your presence, they begin to question whether they still have influence over you. They often do best when they can count on easy access and regular contact. So creating space, whether by replying less, appearing less, or speaking less, can frustrate and confuse them. Scarcity changes value. Your presence becomes something no longer guaranteed. This is not about games. It is about protecting your energy and showing that your focus belongs to you first. By showing that your attention is no longer guaranteed, you send a quiet signal of independence. Their grip weakens because they can no longer assume they have a place in your day whenever they choose. A person who once believed you would always be available now has to face limits they did not expect. That feeling can be deeply uncomfortable for someone who depends on control. Your distance reminds them that you are separate, free, and no longer operating around their needs. You do not need to announce this change. You only need to live it consistently and let the silence of your actions speak for itself over time. Fighting with a narcissist in front of others is often pointless because public conflict can become fuel for their story. It gives them material to twist, moments to perform, and chances to appear like the injured one. Many thrive on attention, and open drama allows them to reshape the narrative in ways that benefit them. They may gather sympathy, deny facts, or turn the focus away from what really happened. That is why calm, private, and thoughtful action is often stronger than public battles. When you refuse to turn pain into a show, you keep your dignity and remove the stage they hope to use. Narcissists lose much of their power when they cannot perform or manipulate in front of an audience. Without witnesses, without applause, and without a crowd to influence, many of their usual methods feel weaker. Quiet and intelligent choices leave them frustrated because they cannot turn your restraint into entertainment or use it to gain sympathy. They may push for conflict, but if conflict never arrives, they are left with themselves. That can be uncomfortable in ways they rarely admit. A calm person who refuses the stage often becomes stronger than a loud person who depends on one. Silence with discipline can outlast noise every time. They often notice these changes more than they let on. Even if they pretend not to care, growth can bother them because it shows their efforts to limit, confuse, or control. You are no longer working. What once affected you now seems smaller. What once stopped you now becomes motivation. The important part is consistency. You do not need to show off your wins or make them a message aimed at anyone else. Just live them fully. Over time, repeated progress speaks louder than announcements. Quiet success can become one of the clearest signs that their old hold on you is truly gone. Remaining calm when faced with their provocations is one of the strongest ways to weaken the image they hold of themselves. They often feed on reactions such as anger, fear, begging, or emotional collapse, because those responses confirm their sense of control. When you stay steady, they lose the signal that once guided their tactics. This can leave them frustrated and confused. Calm confidence acts like a blind spot in their usual strategy. It shows that the tools that once worked no longer reach you. They may keep trying, but repeated failure can slowly erode the certainty they once carried so proudly. The true path to breaking a narcissist's ego is through complete inner freedom. It is proving through your life that you can do well without their presence, approval, or permission. Many narcissists depend on others for validation and influence. So when they realize you no longer need them, it touches the center of their fragile self-concept. Inner freedom means making decisions with confidence, following your own goals, and no longer checking whether they agree. It means your direction comes from your values, not their moods. That shift can be deeply unsettling because it removes the role they once held in your world. The main thing is to stay steady, stay quiet about your growth, and master yourself. Living fully with confidence and freedom from their pull leaves them powerless while you reclaim your own strength. At the end of the day, simply ending contact will never fully break a narcissist's pride. Real power comes from combining inner freedom, visible growth, strong boundaries, and emotional control. When you remove their access, build your life, and stop playing the role they assign to you, everything changes. Their false superiority begins to fall, while your real strength rises in its place. The frustration, confusion, and loss of control they feel is not temporary irritation. It comes from seeing that you have taken back your own power and refuse to be used any longer. When your focus turns toward healing instead of reacting, their oversized self-image loses the support it once had. Your confidence, your peace, and your steady way of living become the strongest statement you could ever make. It is a statement without shouting, without revenge, and without drama. It simply says that your life now belongs to you, and that truth cannot be taken back. Thank you for being here. If this helped you, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you do not miss more ways to reclaim your strength and protect your peace. Write freedom below to show that you are ready to lead your own life. Trust your own path and rise above manipulation with a stronger mind and a calmer heart. In the end, the greatest victory is not changing another person. It is changing your own life. Real strength does not come from arguments, revenge, or trying to prove your worth to someone who refused to see it. It comes from building peace, setting healthy boundaries, staying emotionally steady, and moving forward with confidence. When you stop feeding unhealthy patterns and start investing in your own growth, everything begins to shift. Your calm becomes your power. Your progress becomes your message. And your freedom becomes proof that no one else gets to define your value. Keep choosing yourself, keep growing, and let your best life speak louder than anything else ever could.